Good morning, good people. Today is March 18th, 2018. It's Sanctuary Sunday, and I am Kisaya. Thanks again for joining me on this lovely day. It's a bit windy here in San Miguel. It's sort of like hold on to your hat kind of day. And I just got up from a nap, so I'm feeling a little, you know, right about now. I got to keep it real all the time. Keep it 100, as the youngins say. Um, but let me dive into this real fast or real however. Lately, I've been talking about keeping steady, right? Last week, the message for Sanctuary Sunday was about keeping steady, being committed to the self. And I was in a conversation with my partner who mentioned distractions, right? And so that's sort of the topic of today, dispensing with distractions, right? And in order to dispense with, which is to let go of our distractions, we first have to become aware of what they are. Sometimes we might not know, oh, I don't feel distracted. I'm productive, more or less. But other times we realize, man, we've allowed a lot of things to enter in, or one thing. Like for me, as a writer who, you know, now that I'm here in Mexico, not working, I ought to be, writing regularly. But I haven't been. And my partner said, well, Netflix. You didn't move to Mexico to watch Netflix. I was like, dang. That is so true. I had been spending so much time watching Netflix. Those series, and you can just like get caught up, and before you know it, days have passed because you're on like season 2, episode 3 of like 8 seasons, 10 episodes each, right? So when that was said, I immediately came back around like, oh yeah, no, that's got to stop, because Netflix became a robber of time, a stopper of my creativity. Because it isn't that the words weren't calling. It isn't that I felt blocked or uninspired. No. It's that my attention was elsewhere. And I allowed the distraction, not knowing, consciously calling it a distraction. No, but I allowed the distraction of Netflix to take me from the truth. Because the truth is, I'm a writer who enjoys writing, who enjoys laying it down on track or as track, and I hadn't been doing it. So the question is, where are we distracted? What is preventing us from even keeping steady? What's preventing us from doing that? Is it work? Is it Netflix? Is it food? Is it always just keeping busy? Always distracted by oh, I have this to do, I have that to do, but really it's just a distraction from what needs to be done. It's a distraction from whatever it is that we're working on or toward that we want to keep steady about. So what is it? Where are our blind spots? Where are we being blocked? Is it internal blockage? Is it external blockage? Because distractions, we can just be distracted by our thoughts if we allowed ourselves to just follow our thoughts, swinging like a monkey, branch to branch. The monkey mind, Buddhists call it, the monkey mind. Or it can be external, what everyone else is doing, Instagram, Facebook. I had to delete all that stuff. I still have the Path of Quiet Instagram, but my personal one and Facebook, I let it all go. Why? Because those are distractions and they're not productive. At a point, it's sort of like, You see it all, you've been there, it's already okay. Nothing new under the sun. What I'm finding is that the more I dispense of certain distractions, the more present and available I am to my intuition, for inspired thought, and to be an inspiration. The more present I am in all aspects of my life when I let go of what's distracting me from my life. The only way to be present, the only way to be here now, is to let go of the rest. The only way to have clear understanding, clear communication, is to be here free of that which distracts us. Some people are distracted from their own happiness because they're consumed with watching the news. Some people are distracted from taking care of their health because they're consumed with food. They're consumed with their kids. They're consumed with all the tasks they have to do to make it through the day, that they forget the self, and they leave the self off to the side or on the back burner until time fast forwards and ticks time forward, and then sometimes it's too late to turn back and retrieve our health. It's one thing to watch Netflix and it consumes all of my time, and now I'm not writing, but it's another thing to ignore the self, to be distracted by external things, and we forget our health. See, some things can't be undone. Other things we can, oh shoot, I was off the path, let me hop back on. Gratitude for that, right? Gratitude for that, the ability to hop back on the track and ride. But other things can't be undone so easily in the same way. But the message is still the same. Where are we distracting ourselves? And how can we turn our attention from the distraction and onto that which we really desire? How do we do that? How do we do that? It's a practice. Sometimes it's not as easy as awareness. With awareness, there's change, immediate change. Sometimes you need awareness, and then you need further awareness. You need time to process. You need time to change. But awareness is key, because without awareness, we'll continue in the same direction that we're on, which is in the direction of nowhere, right? Then we manifest no outcomes of our desired intention. We instead stay like a hamster on the wheel, but we can get off. We can get off of that wheel. What? That's the beauty. We do not have to live a life of distractions, because distractions lead to unhappiness. They don't feel good. We never get anything done. We never feel that sense of accomplishment or that sense of joy, because when we're distracted, we're not present. And the joy is in the present. The joy is in the presence of the present. When we're talking to our friends and we're distracted because our phone is pinging and dinging and ringing, we miss the joy of being present. We miss the opportunity to connect fully because we're distracted by this world out there that isn't giving us anything anyway. This vast external world doesn't hold the value and meaning as a connection with someone you love or with someone you seek to know. Looking in the mirror with yourself. So we have to turn it off, unplug the electronic devices. We have to separate ourselves from the continual going. so that we can arrive at that place with ourselves where we're present. And then inside of the presence, we see what we create. We see who we are. We see, what we're made of, the good, the love, the freedom, the bounty, life's vastness. But in order to see and feel that, we have to turn toward it, which means we have to turn away from those things that distract us from this. And I want to, celebrate that by encouraging it, because we all need it. We all need those reminders to get back on the path. To let go of the things tugging at us that don't serve us. We don't always have to hop in the car and go somewhere. Why can't we just be here now? Why not? What's wrong with just being here now? Wherever we go, there we are. So if we're running, we're taking the energy of run with us. But if we choose to unplug enough to say, I want to know what's happening in here now, or I want to listen to you intently without my phone ring, dinging, and pinging, I want to celebrate this moment. When we move into that, that's where we feel like, yeah, right? Then I'm writing pages. Once I turned Netflix off, I wrote 5 pages that day, adding to my memoir. I wrote an essay. I edited another essay. And I went to the gym. I felt so good. I was like, wow, I feel great. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, why wasn't I doing this before? What happened? Netflix. Now, I love Netflix, right? So what I said to myself, because again, we might need a plan. You want to set yourself up for success. So I said to myself, from the time I wake up until 5 o'clock, I'm either reading or writing or meditating. After 5, I can turn Netflix on. I can do whatever. Oh, and studying Spanish too. From the time I wake up to 5. Reading, writing, studying Spanish, or meditating. After 5, I'm like, I can watch Netflix. And you know what I found? That after 5, I wasn't even that interested because I was still in the fervor and the creativity of what was going on. I was feeling so good about what I had done that I wasn't ready to leave it. So when we dispense of the distractions, when we dispense with the distractions, we enter into that vast space of what we're meant to see in every moment, where we need to be in every moment. Our intuition can be heard when we're not distracted. We're listening, we're present. We're finding our footing now. We feel the joy. And we see those areas of ourselves or our lives that we need to change, that we need to work through and on. But when we're distracted, there's no opportunity for joy or for work. And I don't mean external work. I mean inner work, inner change, evolution, development of self, expansion. So on this Sunday, I want to say, we can do it. Let us let go of the distractions. At least carve out a spell of time. Carve out some time. Did I say spell of time like magic? Span of time. I'll write that down if I gotta investigate that further. Spell of time. That's interesting. Okay. Span of time, but maybe spell of time. Like magic. A magic spell of time. I'm really gonna investigate that because, some things come up and there's something there. Spell of time, spell of time. Anyway, see, that's my process throughout the day. Things just keep on entering in. But when I'm present, that's what happens. If I was watching Netflix, do you think I would have just gotten a spell of time? No, even though I don't know what that is yet. But I'm available to that. Anyway, happy Sanctuary Sunday. It's not deep today. It's just about get it together. We always have to get it together, right? Find your footing. Let go of a little bit of things that are distracting you, or just put them off, save them for later. You might like your little distraction, save them for later. Carve out some time to get some things done for yourself, be it things that you need to do externally or internally. And then, reach for the distractions. But we need balance. We need balance. We can't just be one way. And I was noticing I was going in the direction of Netflix. And my writing was like, oh, yeah, I'm a writer. Oh, yeah. So let's bring ourselves back. My partner is correct. I did not move to Mexico to watch Netflix. Gratitude for the message. Happy Sanctuary Sunday. Have an amazing day. May joy abound. May magic feel magical. May love feel lovely. May you be expanded in all ways. Here is to perfect health. And may we all be held, sustained, and carried by life.